Up next, Bill and Samantha show us a rundown of the biggest SEC games this Turkey Day weekend, including Georgia at Georgia Tech. It's all in this week's Rant and Rave.
Yes, it is rivalry week. Let's get to some games now. We start the big game on Friday that will determine who will go play the Georgia Bulldogs next week. Arkansas and LSU, number 1 versus number 3. Always a tough game, always meaningful in Baton Rouge. But guess what? I'm taking Arkansas in the upset, Samantha.
Well, Arkansas quarterback Tyler Wilson had a great game against Mississippi State last weekend. He threw a school record 32 completions. But LSU has proven time and time again they are the best team in college football. For that reason, my money's on the Tigers.
We'll see next week when they play Georgia. All right, issue 2. And for this, Miss Smith wore her Kentucky blue. Yeah, right.
It was an accident. It was a complete accident.
Right. Kentucky versus her Tennessee Volunteers, who are still celebrating that win over Vanderbilt. I'm going to take Kentucky.
Oh, Bill, why?
Come on. They got to win sometime, don't they?
Well, no, they don't. And I love that even in Tennessee's worst season, they can still beat the pants off of Vanderbilt. I know, I shouldn't be proud of it, but I am. And we can still beat the stuffing out of Kentucky on Thanksgiving weekend. The Vols have won the past 26 meetings in a row. I'm picking the Vols.
All right, that'll be a boring game. Everybody will have a good nap on Saturday for that one. All right, here's the big game, though, all the time. Auburn and Alabama. These two teams hate each other. Alabama, of course, number 2 in the country, hoping LSU will mess up on Friday. But they got to get past Auburn, and they will easily over those Auburn Tigers, Samantha.
Well, does anybody remember last year's Iron Bowl? If you're an Alabama fan, you might have tried to forget it. You might want to forget this one, too, because I smell an upset. That wonderful Alabama defense gave up 302 yards rushing against who? Georgia Southern last weekend. I don't see any reason why the Tigers can't upset the Crimson Tide.
Man, you have had too much eggnog already or something. What in the world? All right, finally, the big game now. This is the only one that matters all weekend long. Georgia versus Georgia Tech. Georgia has won 9 in a row. They haven't beaten anybody. They'll play nobody this weekend because they're playing in Atlanta, Grant Field. Georgia Tech, the big game. It's not Auburn, Alabama, but you know what? I'm a Georgia fan. I can say this. We hate them. They hate us. And you know they want to upset our apple cart because we're thinking we're all kind of big stuff and everything. Georgia's going to win this game easily over Georgia Tech. They can't even run the football against our defense, Samantha.
Well, Georgia does have a seemingly unstoppable defense. CPJ's offense is no joke. Georgia Tech with the upset 35-26.
I don't know if I want to do this segment next week. All right, we'll be back next week, but we'll also be here on Friday for the End Zone. We'll see you then.